Hi everyone, welcome to Danny's Corner. My name is Danny, and today I want to do a review from a blind person's perspective of the AirPods Pro first generation and the AirPods Pro second generation. Give you my what I think about them, if they're good or not, how they have helped me, and some other things that I will be exploring. Remember, if you don't know it already, that the videos that I make are unscripted. I don't write anything, I don't keep any notes, I just speak my mind. And that's the way to go. And remember that I'm also blind, totally blind. So if for whatever reason you can't see the things that I have showed you in the past, or in case you're not able to see my face, it's because of that. I'm blind, and it happens. It's more noticeable when I'm on a mobile device such as the iPhone 7 Plus or the Android device. It's worse with the Android device because that doesn't tell me if my face is close or far or anything. So that's a thing that Android has to fix. Anyway, here we go. Um, First of all, let me show you the products. Let me put one on the table. That would be great. Okay, so here we go. The first one I'm going to show you is the second generation. Remember, if you can't see it, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to try and take a picture of it. And I'm just going to take one. And hopefully you can see that. You know, one thing I do is since they can both be put on one another's case, that's what I do. Here is the first generation. And the boxes are quite identical, not by much, but I'll get to that. So let's see. Yeah, they're quite identical. Not much difference, if at all, really, when you think about it. Um, I do have to say, and that's one of the things that I don't like about it. It's not so much because of my blindness, but if you have watched this channel for some time, I have talked about my CP, cerebral palsy. And one of the things that I find really hard to do is have a firm grip on these small earphones. And so I have to be careful when I handle them because if not, I'll drop them and then I can't find them, or it's really hard to find. And yes, that has happened. So let me describe to you, as a blind person again, what is the difference between these two that you might not notice as a sighted person. So holding a microphone on one hand and these two things on the left is kind of well, let's see how we do with this. So one of the things that I'm able to tell quite easily is that the first generation is thinner. The case is thinner, and the case for the second generation is thicker. Yeah. The other thing is, again, as they had said, the case itself from the second generation was going to have a grill, which is a little speaker. And as most of you that have this device may know, um, it's there. So if you were to lose your AirPods, I was going to say iPod. If you were to lose your AirPod, you could find it with your phone, and it would emit a loud, high-pitched, loud sound, which is really annoying for those of us that have migraines. Anyway, but I guess that's the purpose, right? For you to hear. So this is again thinner than the second one. It's chunkier. The second one. The other thing is, I think because the first one is thinner than the second one, you could tell too that when you place them on top of one another, one seems a bit like smaller. The first one is smaller than the second one. They pretty much, look actually. The first one is also lighter than the second case. I'm not sure why they couldn't make the second case just as lighter. And again, they have the port on the back, so you can hook it up to your certified Apple cable. Which, by the way, I think that they should change that. But knowing that it's Apple, I know that they're not. It would be great if they were to use another cable for once. Get out of their bubble, if you will. Nothing is going to happen if they do. It's actually going to be greater, or much a greater opportunity for them. They might actually gain some new customers if they were to do that. The other thing that I'm noticing as I'm playing with both cases is these the cases actually stick to one another very lightly, but you can feel like the little pull because it's magnetic, right? So yeah. What else can I tell you? Okay, so going to the actual AirPods AirPods themselves. I don't like the first generation, the way it sounded with the transparency mode on, meaning the how you could hear yourself. It sounded as if, for those of you that remember tape recorders back in the day, when you used to wear headphones and press play in some of these recorders, you can actually hear yourself and hear not only the background noise, let's say if somebody was talking or the TV on, but you could actually hear what in broadcasting is called floor noise. That's the background noise that's has nothing to do with talking or anything like that. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's the dead sound. It's not really dead, but I don't know how to explain it. But it's a sound that you hear, when there's nothing going on. And I think that the second generation of the AirPods has changed that, which is really good, by the way. So that's what I like. In terms of sound, I think that I was expecting a bit more from the second generation than the first generation in terms of sound. Like, I was impressed when I got these a few months ago. I was impressed the first day because I had not heard something like that. But then the novelty went away, uh, and they didn't impress me anymore. All it was, I'm talking about the spatial audio thing, is it just sounded like speakers that were at face level and that were about 2 or 3 inches away from you. That was about it. Um, it says if you were hearing regular music, I think what I would like to hear, and I don't know if other headphones have this or not, but have like the full immersive experience, something that I wouldn't be able to hear at a concert. So, for example, um, this would happen more if I was on stage. So, let's say on stage, I'm able to hear people playing to the right of me, to the left of me, perhaps in front of me, right? And then I'm able to hear people playing um, in the back, on the back. So it would be great, kind of strange too, if I would if I were to hear people playing above me. But anyway, what would be great is if I could get that immersive sound with earphones, with something as little as earphones. So I would get that. That's what I want, like to hear not only the instruments on the right and the left, which I'm already getting, and on the front, which again I'm already getting, but not all tracks do that when it comes to the AirPods Pro second generation. They don't even, well, I'm not going to compare the Bose second generation because I haven't tried those. I just have the first generation of the QC, Quiet Comfort. But it would be nice if I were to hear, let's say again, from the left, from the right, front, and back. And that way experience something totally different. It would be great too, let's say, if you could tweak the spatial audio, customize it the way you want it to. So, for example, if you don't want the front, you can take it off, and that can blend in with, as if, I don't know, center, let's say. It could go to the center, like between your left and right ear, if that makes any sense. Or you could take the back, and that could go into the center. I don't know. You could take the right, what you're hearing on in your right ear, and move it to the front, something like that. I don't know if that's possible or not, or if I'm just somebody who doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah, it's these things that I would like to hear, like something totally new, as a blind person. Um, it would be great. With the second generation, the other thing that I have noticed is that I was not impressed with their, what do you call it, with their noise reduction. I was expecting much more. seeing that it's Apple. So I know this is not a comparison with the Bose because I don't have it in front of me, but I do have them. One thing that I can give the AirPods Pro 2 is that there is not a lot of white noise, right? So that is a great thing. But I don't think it's double the noise reduction level that they claim it to be. It's a little bit better, but I don't think it's much. And with the Bose, for example, you can definitely notice a difference between the way it sounds when you put them on and when you have the noise cancellation. Now, again, the thing with these earphones that you're not able to tweak is the white level noise. That would be, I don't know, great to a certain extent, right? If you could do that. So, one of the things that I find is that I'm not able to hear as much of some of those sounds, like the lower sounds, for example. The bass does get cut off significantly with the AirPods second generation. And there is, again, it's just not a lot of difference, again, with that. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. As you're gonna find a bunch of videos on YouTube about these products, again, testing them from a sighted person's perspective and as audiophiles. I'm neither of those. I'm just a person who's blind, who has a different perspective, and who enjoys music just like everybody else. And I hope this review was helpful. I hope that my recommendations do make it to either a third version, if they were to have one, or a fourth version. I don't know. It's possible. Everything is. And I think the price should be lowered a bit. One of the things that, not so much talking about the earphones themselves, but one of the things I think that people could do, because to me the price is too much. So what I did, at least with one of them, I got them refurbished. And you could say, oh, how, it's not dirty, or it's not, it's refurbished. So what you can do is you can actually, if you are not, I don't know, if you're insecure or whatnot, you can just clean the ear tips and it's going to be fine. Even if you get them used, nothing is going to happen to you. But I would like, for Apple to lower these from, what is it, 250, I think it is, to something like 200 or 175, because they're not the price that you're paying for them. And this is why I got them refurbished, and I'm glad that I did. Because to me, it's like, no. I don't think it's going to be worth what I'm going to pay. And listen, to me, I don't care about the aesthetics of it. So when you get them refurbished or whatnot, it says there might be some cosmetic issues or something like that. I really don't care about that. I'm blind, All I need them for is for my migraines. And that's what I use them for, actually. Unfortunately, with earplugs, you can't hear anything, which is the purpose. I understand. But for somebody that has migraines, you need to hear things at least at a minimal level, something that doesn't sound too muffled, right? And that's what earplugs do. They not only quiet the sound, but they muffle the sound, which is terrible if you don't want for it to be muffled. You just want it to be quiet. And so that's why I got the three of them. I got, again, the AirPods, both versions, and the Bose headphones. And these have helped a lot. The other thing I do, which do help a little bit more, I wish they weren't so heavy though, is I have other pairs of regular headphones, the ones that go over your head. And so what I do is I put one of these on, and then I take the headphones and I place them over either the Bose or the AirPods, and that gives me a little bit more of quiet. It begins to be a bit muffled by that point, but not as much. The only reason I don't do that a lot is because a lot of the headphones that I have used thus far are really heavy, right? And so I want something light. And the other thing is, I'm not sure if there are over the ear headphones that don't hurt you when you're using them long time, which tends to happen to me. If I use over the ear headphones, my ears start to hurt. Or when I'm having a migraine, let's say, and I'm wearing these, it seems like my headache gets worse. I don't know if I'm explaining myself. And so just imagine you're trying to do something. You're trying to relieve your headache by going outside, wearing these headphones and the earphones, and it just doesn't work, right? And so I wish that they would have something other than these thick headphones, which I'll show you in another video, the ones that I have. And yeah, terrible. Well, when I get these headaches and I'm trying to make sure that they go away. So I don't know. I wish that they would come up with different designs, especially for those people that have headaches. It would be great. I don't know. One of the other things I showed you before, for example, I have a migraine hat. Go see my video on that. That is going to show you, for example, that it's worn across like the front, your temples, and also behind you all the way around. And so let's say you're trying to wear that. You are not going to be wearing your earphones, much less it's impossible to wear your headphones when you have that on. But it's sort of easy to make room for your AirPods or your Bose or whatever brand you have of earphones. But I wish that the noise canceling thing was more. It could be improved a little bit more, I believe. It can, and it should. By tweaking several things here and there, it can be done. And so, yeah, that's my review of the AirPods Pro and AirPods Pro 2 and how I use them on a regular basis, unfortunately. I also use them for fun. I'm not only using them for whenever I have migraines or whatnot. I just like the sound of them, period, But a lot of times the standard ones will, which I actually do have, the original AirPods, the ones that have the cable. I still have those. And yeah, definitely, I do recommend them. I do think they're worth buying. Just make sure that if you can't, if you don't have to spend that kind of money, wait for when they're either at a lower price, and usually that happens when, I don't know, let's say Prime Day, or this past year they came up with their, I forget what they call it, but I made a video on it. I'll put the link if I can find it. But they made another day uh, besides the two Prime days that they had, and so check for the when they slashed the price on these AirPods or any other brand of earphones when that day comes around. You can also get them at a reduced price again if you get them refurbished, and if you don't really care about the cosmetic issues that they may have, or the aesthetics, how pretty or ugly or whatever. And or you can also find them cheap, let's say during Thanksgiving or Black Friday. um, I think those are all the days that you might be able to get them for a cheap price or whatnot. But it's worth it. I would get things refurbished, but you also have to be careful with the things that you get refurbished. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you were able to enjoy it. Hopefully you were able to see the products. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and I'll talk to you later.